computer. Recording in progress. We're sponsored. Just kidding. FCC and Facebook and everyone else.
Sorry, we were both talking because I didn't think you could hear me, but yeah, we're on air now.
Yeah!
I did it.
Jo has done the thing, and we are live here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It's the Morning Buzz. It's Thursday. It's your boy Isaiah back from the dead because I died for a little bit, but I'm alive again. It's a weird story arc in this character development that they're doing on the show. I know, crazy. Terry's here as well, and Jo's here as well. It's the crew. It's the crew.
The crew's back. I'm very happy. I'm mildly happy that you're back from the dead. How are you feeling?
It was definitely an experience being dead for a little bit. Met a lot of great people. Met a lot of great people up there. Shook some hands, and afterlife's crazy, man. I was flying. I was flying.
Can't with you.
You know, it's
like
okay.
A pigeon. Like a pigeon.
Okay, two things very quickly before we start the show and get into the bones of what we need to talk about. First off, I've never seen a baby pigeon until today on Google, which I borderline still think they do not exist. Therefore, pigeons could be robots. Secondly, I forgot what my secondly was. Therefore, we're going to get into some news, and only Jo can get us through it. So, Jo, what's going on in the news world?
Okay, here's what's going on in the news world. In national news, a team searching a Mississippi courthouse for evidence about the 1955 lynching of teenager Emmett Till has turned up a decades-old arrest warrant. The warrant is for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Donham, the white woman who accused Till of making improper advances, which set in motion the events of his kidnapping and murder. Till's relatives want authorities to serve the warrant and arrest Donham nearly 70 years after the lynching. Donham is in her 80s and living in North Carolina, and so far has made no comment. In Jersey news, nearly 50 Canadian geese were rounded up and euthanized in Spring Lake last weekend after township officials decided that it was the only way to keep the population contained. The Animal Protection League of New Jersey has reportedly spent the last few years advising I'm sorry, I've never had to pronounce this word out loud. Municipalities. Yeah. On other methods of containing the geese population, including adding plants to the shoreline and fixing the landscape, which will persuade the geese to move on. Records show that the company hired to control the geese population is paid over double if euthanasia is recommended. And finally, in Montclair news, the Montclair Public School District is taking steps to narrow the digital divide as it secures over $2 million to purchase Chromebooks, hotspots, and broadband internet. These devices will provide students and their families with year-round access to learning, even during the summer. The money comes from the Emergency Connectivity Fund, established in 2021 to help schools and libraries promote remote learning during the pandemic. And in weather, today, I'm so sorry. I forgot to do something.
It's quite okay. It's beautiful out over here in not Montclair. Shout out to Flanders, New Jersey.
If I stick my hand out the window in the south, it is.
Is it breezy?
Nice. I think so.
Yeah,
that's lovely. In Montclair right now, we're looking at a high of 90 and a low of 69. And it looks like it's gonna be sunny mostly, a little bit of clouds. Sorry, that was a bad weather report.
Hey, life happens. Life definitely happens, but at least we got the weather report. And more importantly, the biggest part of all of this, let me get close to the microphone. It's 90 degrees, y'all. And I love that kind of weather. I wish I was more alive to really enjoy it, but it's a great feeling because I don't know what happened during that weird time where it was like 85 and then literally the next day it was 52. That needs to stop, New Jersey.
That's true.
That needs to relax because I think that's what really killed me.
90 degrees is like, we're pushing it though. Like,
rocks with it. Like 90, humid. That's my kind of
Humid.
weather.
I'm
Yes, sir.
asthmatic, Isaiah. I don't know what you want me to do.
Take your
like-
inhaler.
You
Just
like
take
humid
your.
weather on? You like humid weather on purpose?
That's what I'm saying.
I
He has
on
the nerve.
purpose.
Well, then you have a good day today.
I will. I definitely will. But guys, people around the world have been talking, and it's a certain time of the year where the sports world is indeed what we like to call. See, I'm dying on a consistent basis. We like to call it the dead zone because no like major sports are really going on. So a lot of things are in off season or they're about to start their training camps. But I got you on everything you need to know as the Atlanta Hawks are trading for forward Danilo Gallinari and 3 first-round picks to the San Antonio Spurs for the all-star guard DeJounte Murray. And that is from Adrian Wojnarowski, who's been on fire. This is his offseason highlight reel where he reveals everyone's money. Brooklyn Nets guard Patty Mills has declined his $6.2 million option and will become a free agent. The sharpshooter is said to have interest from many teams, but Brooklyn is still in the mix to re-sign him. And now, since we talked about Brooklyn, we have to talk about Philadelphia, as the 76ers star James Harden has also declined his $47.3 million option and will become a free agent. It is expected Harden is going to stay with Philly and take less money to improve the roster. All these new deals, trades, and signings happen before the start of NBA free agency, which begins today at 6 p.m. Eastern time, of course, but the news has already been rolling around the league. Some names to watch out for this free agent class include Zach LaVine, Jalen Brunson, and DeAndre Ayton. Now, the Los Angeles Dodgers first baseman Freddie Freeman, his agent Casey Close withheld specifics about contract negotiations with the Atlanta Braves during his free agency. Caleb Close never told Freddie Freeman about the Braves' final offer. That is why Freeman fired him. He found out in Atlanta this weekend, and it isn't rare to happen in the MLB, but it happened. Close knew Freddie would have taken the ATL deal, but decided not to tell him, which then obviously left him with the Dodgers, which I don't know if you know this, but if you play on the Dodgers, you're probably making a little more cash. And now, Rob Maidee from the Associated Press has revealed more information regarding the Desean Watson suspension. He said, quote, I am also told the NFL, despite insisting on an indefinite suspension, wants to avoid the appeal process. Sources said a terrible situation for everyone involved, so the league is more likely to abide by Sue Robinson's ruling. She came back with 6 to 8 games. And for those who don't know, Desean Watson was facing 24 civil lawsuits against him towards sexual misconduct. He settled with 20 of them. 4 of them are still proceeding with civil lawsuit action. And the New York Times reported that he could have up to 66 different people that could have been involved in that situation. So that situation is a complete mess, but hopefully that gets resolved. I imagine the only solution really is giving him a 1-year suspension because I don't know, once you got like 24 people saying you did something, I don't want to say you did it, but it certainly looks like you did it. But yeah, that's all for sports, everybody. And we're going to get into some more news. I'm going to practice my best to read a whole book for you guys live on air. As finally, after 3 months after being confirmed to the Supreme Court, Ketanji Brown Jackson is officially becoming a justice. That's a noise. That's a pigeon noise. Jackson will be sworn in as the court's 116th justice today. To go along with Jackson being sworn in, Justice Stephen Breyer is officially set to retire as well today. All this is set to take place at noon, which is the time Breyer said in a letter to President Joe Biden that his retirement will take effect nearly after 28 years on the nation's highest court. The court is expected to issue its final opinions before noon on more cases. They will discuss the challenges of the Environmental Protection Agency, ability to regulate climate warming emissions from power plants, and Biden's bid to end the Trump-era Remain in Mexico asylum program. Back to the woman of the day. Jackson will recite 2 oaths required of the Supreme Court justices, one administered by Breyer and the other by Chief Justice John Roberts. Those who don't know, Brown was a federal judge since 2013. and was the first and will be the first Black woman to ever serve as a justice. She will be joining 3 women, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, Elena Kagan, and Amy Coney Barrett, which makes it the first time 4 women will serve together on the 9-member court. Hey, today's a great day for the Supreme Court, and that's, a change up considering
That's
the past.
First.
Yeah. I will say, this is exciting. And obviously, I think it's also nice to see that it's not an 80-year-old white man or anything that is becoming a justice.
Right.
It's a relatively young woman who is of color. And it's a great sign. And hopefully, I don't know, you got to find the light somewhere. And I'm assuming this could be a change in some of their thought process. And I hope she's able to kind of spark them into better decision making, hopefully. But yeah, it's hard to truly be excited for anything Supreme Court related because they have been an absolute dumpster fire and like an embarrassment, to be represented by that and to have some, I don't know, it's a mess, man. And hopefully she's able to spark that change that's needed.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. And I will say when it was first announced that she was going to be going through the process of becoming a Supreme Court justice, at the time, I was so excited. I'm still so excited for her because I think representation is so crucial to these decisions being made in the Supreme Court. And she's a fiery woman. She's a very well-established woman in her field. And I think her presence on the Supreme Court is something that is so needed. So I think a lot of people are going to be looking out to see the impact that she has on the Supreme Court and how she may be having her own opinions and hopefully making a difference. But, in terms of the Supreme Court, there's a lot more conservative leaning individuals on the Supreme Court anyway. So who knows how much sway she'll have in that area, which I'm going to be honest, I don't expect that she will.
Yeah.
Because to be so real with you, people don't listen to Black women like they should. So I'm still really excited for her. It's just a really rough time to be going into the Supreme Court after what just happened. So she has a really big response. They all have a responsibility, but even her, she's going in, people are going to be looking out for her, seeing what she's doing. So the pressure is there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for the most part, whenever she's going to try to convey her opinion, it's going to be like talking to a wall because these people have already kind of established their thought part. And it's hard to change someone that's been thinking that way for so long.
Right. You saw how they treated her when she was
exactly.
going under her trial process or interview process. I forgot the actual word for it, but they did not treat her with any type of respect to her qualities, to her position or anything like that. They were asking ridiculous questions. So honestly, I don't suspect anything less that they would continue to question her authority while being on the Supreme Court. And I hope that the other women, aside from Amy Coney Barrett, I'm gonna be so real with you, band together and support her. I'm looking out for you, Miss Sonia Sotomayor. I hope everybody comes through for Ketanji Brown because it's hard. It's very difficult, especially because people are going to be looking at her like she's not supposed to be there because people don't regard Black women or Black individuals in general with that type of respect. It's just a fact at this point. They continue to disrespect her when she was in the process of becoming a justice. I don't suspect that they won't continue to do that. So hopefully she just powers through it and does what she normally does, which is a great job in the justice system.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not gonna stand for any Amy Coney Barrett disrespect. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, everyone.
You scared me.
For real. Imagine. I support. Okay. Obviously.
No, you don't.
I know.
No, you don't.
Everyone, just to confirm, FBI. Everyone, not a fan. Anyways, Jo, very quickly before we move on to being trapped in the closet from R. Kelly. What do you think about this?
I mean, good for her. I think it's pretty much, but it's like you guys said, it's like, yeah, this is great. But the Supreme Court's going through some stuff right now. And I think it's really making our country as a whole evaluate the Supreme Court as an institution. It's these 9 people who the country doesn't even elect, who have life terms, who make these giant decisions for the country. And it's like, why is that a thing?
Exactly.
Why are we still letting that happen?
I'm so glad you brought that up, and I'll just touch on it quickly before we move on. It's so ridiculous how the power is weighed in our country. It's like almost the president obviously has power, but you have these 9 people in the back who could change the course of your life in an instant with the crack of the gavel. And I'm oh my god, I could go on for this forever, but definitely need to be relooking at how we weigh.
I don't understand how they have just lifetime to be with this job. That makes no sense. Why is everything else like 4-year limit, 16-year limit, like 8-year, like everything has like a limit? Why do these people get just, you could take it however you want it. You retire when you want to. Like what? How does that work out?
It's a broken system.
It makes no sense. And then they're going to be like, well, that's how the country was founded. And that's what the Constitution tells us. Well, sorry to tell you this, but the Constitution is pretty old. And I'd like to think that society has evolved a little bit.
Yeah, I think they forget that it says it's a living, breathing document and that we're supposed to be like looking at it and changing it.
No. Listen. We already gave the women right to vote. Like, we're already progressive. That's what they're like, we're so progressive already.
They can be here. What else do they need, right?
Why do they need a functioning life?
They're allowed to exist. What else do you want?
I know, and it's hardly that. It's like sometimes it hardly feels like I'm allowed to exist because it just seems like everything is a problem for everyone. Like,
yeah, man.
Can I live? Anyways, oh my goodness. I'm just so fired up.
You know who is also like, can I live?
Oof.
Oh,
he is questioning
this. Let me pause really quick because that's not an ideal transition. Listen, we finally got some answers about R. Kelly. Terry, please help me.
Absolutely. So everyone, R. Kelly was officially sentenced to 30 years in prison on Wednesday. He was sentenced for using his fame to sexually abuse young fans, including children, in a systemic scheme that went on for decades. The 55-year-old R&B singer didn't give a statement and showed no reaction on hearing his penalty, which also included a $100,000 fine. He has denied wrongdoing and he has plans to appeal his conviction. Kelly was also found guilty last year of racketeering and sex trafficking. Kelly's lawyer, Jennifer Bongine, said he was devastated by the sentence and saddened by what he had heard. Quote, he's a human being. He feels what other people are feeling, but that doesn't mean that he can't accept responsibility in a way that the government would like him to and other people would like him to, because he disagrees with the characterizations that have been made about him, end quote. New quote, I hope this sentencing serves as its own testimony that it doesn't matter how powerful, rich, or famous your abuser may be, or how small they may make you feel, justice only hears the truth, end quote, said Brooklyn U.S. Attorney Breon Peace on Wednesday. A Brooklyn federal court jury convicted the singer born Robert Sylvester Kelly after hearing that he used his entourage of managers to, why did everything just go away? I'm so sorry, everybody. Entourage of managers and aides to meet girls and keep them obedient, an operation that prosecutors said amounted to a criminal enterprise. Kelly also had previously beaten child pornography charges in Chicago in 2008, which a jury acquitted him of. This R. Kelly thing just needs to get packed up and gone away. It's been happening, like this whole trial and him going through this process has been so long. And I think they made a whole documentary about it in the process. They've done the entire trial. It seems like they're about to appeal and do it again. He just needs to go to jail. I'm going to be so honest.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It was interesting to me. When I figured this out was, wow, I was shocked that this is still going on. I assumed he had already been in jail and like booked by now.
Exactly.
But secondly, I was kind of shocked at like the sentence that he had compared to what's her name, Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm surprised that he ended up getting more years than her because obviously both of them very much committed very bad things. So I'm wondering how that compares to each other. Um, but yeah, just seeing R. Kelly still in the news circuit is insane to me. And he
Yeah.
deserves to get 30, 50, as many years as you can give
I'm
him
gonna be honest, I
because
agree. I'm surprised he didn't get more than 30
yeah,
years.
that's the
And
same thing with the Ghislaine Maxwell case. I was like, how is it only 30 and how is it only 20 years?
yeah, and I feel like I guess that's almost a life sentence, or that is a life sentence. I'm not sure because I think a life sentence is about 30 to 40 years. If I'm incorrect, someone correct me if I'm wrong. But it's still, did either of you watch the documentary by any chance?
I saw like clips of it.
I watched the whole thing and it
It's
was
tough.
absolutely chilling to the bone.
Yeah.
It was very, very hard to watch. And to see him only get 30 years and try to make it seem like he didn't do these things,
Mhm.
that he's so absolved from any wrongdoing and that he's going to try to appeal this again, it honestly just hurts me to my core for the victims because he's put these victims and their families through so much pain and suffering. And for him to just be like, and his representation to just be like, he's a human being, he's feeling what other people
Mhm.
are feeling.
That's such a
I don't
ridiculous statement on
That's
so
such a
many
ridiculous
levels.
statement. He is not feeling what other people are feeling. He is the perpetrator in this situation. At this
Mm.
point, he's just feeling a bunch of pride as if he hasn't done anything. But the fact that in the documentary, you see these girls who have been separated from their families, who haven't even, they get locked up in a mansion, haven't seen the light of day in like so long. They're malnourished and all this stuff, and they're being taken advantage of. And you're gonna sit here and you're gonna say you're feeling what other people are feeling. Oh my goodness, give me a break.
He's a human being. Terry. No,
My
once again, everyone, that's a lie. Listen, R. Kelly, I hope his appeal fails drastically. I hope he suffers in prison. And man, a lot of those songs, I hope no one plays anymore because that's just, at
oh
some
no.
point you got to have draw a line at some point. I think now that he's been sentenced, I think we can wrap all those songs together and delete it from
I can assure
iTunes.
you that
Yeah.
I can assure you that R. Kelly has been cut out of like 99% of the cookouts that
Yeah.
I've seen and been to.
Sadly,
So
he's still on Space Jam, though. It's a great scene. It's a great scene ruined by a terrible human being.
yeah.
Anyways, Joe, take us to break, please.
Okay, I will.
We got more Morning Buzz coming up. Ta-da-da-da.
This is another National Wildlife Refuge Minute. In Wallkill River National Wildlife Refuge,
back. We are back. Please start talking so I don't have to keep talking.
Hey, yo, this is my name is Marcus. Anyways, I don't know where that was going.
The gobble buzz, the
Gobble buzz.
stop.
No, I refuse. Listen,
Welcome.
y'all. We are back here. It's 90.3 WIBC up by Claire. It's the morning buzz. Very exciting. The crew's back. Isaiah, Terry, Joe. We are live on Facebook Live, obviously on radio. Download the iHeartRadio app if you want to. I'm not going to force you to live your life, but we got some more news to talk about. Before we get into, more relaxed news, we do have to acknowledge the seriousness that goes along around the world. And obviously we did that with the first two stories. And now we shall do it one more time with this third story of the day, as one of the deadliest smuggling incidents in U.S. history has reached a death toll of 53 people. The tragic loss of people occurred on Monday on the outskirts of San Antonio, Texas. The mass loss of death occurred when they had been trapped inside a sweltering tractor trailer in temperatures that could reach 103 degrees Fahrenheit, which would only become more extreme considering they were inside the trailer. Of the 53 people who died, 40 of them were identified as male and 13 as female, and most of them had been identified as migrants. Experts say that identifying those who died may be a complicated process because multiple countries are involved, and families of migrants seeking relocation to the United States may be fearful of coming forward. Officials say that the potentially identified 37 of the victims were working to confirm their identities through methods like fingerprint analysis. As of yesterday, 11 individuals remain hospitalized, and the driver of the truck and 3 others were arrested. The Justice Department identified the driver as Homero Zamorano Jr., who is 45, from Pasadena, Texas. He was arrested on Wednesday and has been charged with 1 count of smuggling, resulting in death. Christian Martinez, a 28-year-old, was also charged in connection with the smuggling. Investigators executed a search warrant on Zamaro's phone and said they found that they had communicated with Martinez about the smuggling conspiracy beforehand. Martinez faces a charge of conspiracy to smuggle, resulting in death. Juan Claudio de Luna Mendez, who is 23, and Juan Francisco de Luna Bilbao, a 48-year-old, are both facing charges of possessing a weapon while in the U.S. illegally. This is a very hard story to hear, and excuse me. I hope this is like a wake-up call when it comes to things like this in this country, because this is probably not going to be the first. It's not going to be the last time that bodies are found in this kind of manner, because so many people are trying to either get into this country, transfer things illegally through the borders. It's a very concerning situation, and there needs to be a solution at some point, or talks of something, when it comes to immigration, because what's going on obviously is not working, and you're seeing a tragic loss of lives in this situation, and just in general in other situations, whether it's at a big scale or a minor scale of 2 or 3 people. People are constantly losing their lives trying to get into this country, and at some point something needs to change. Given our country's track record, nothing will change, and we're going to continue to see people lose their lives trying to seek a better one here. And it's a very tough situation, and to see 53 people die inside of a tractor trailer, that's scary, and it's very sad. I have to close my window, so Terry, if you would like to talk about this very briefly, because there's a lawnmower.
Absolutely. So this is, like Isaiah said, a very hard story, just because it calls the question, how much are we doing to help others who are seeking our help, if that makes sense? Because so many people want to come to America to seek better opportunity and achieve the American dream that is unfortunately a fake thing that America is selling, quote unquote. But people still want to come here and have our resources because they might not have it in their other countries. And I feel like we need to take a look at what we're doing and what we're not doing to help other people who are in need, because America is a very wealthy place. We have the resources to support people. It's just a matter of re-examining our immigration laws to see, are we doing something wrong? Which I think yes, but there shouldn't be this much loss of life for people who just want a better opportunity somewhere else. And a lot of the time I hear a counter argument to this where it's like, oh, America has enough problems, we just need to worry about ourselves. But at the same time, who are we to just gatekeep all of our resources, especially in a place that doesn't take their own citizens into consideration? We need to just look at how we treat people as a whole and go from there, because so many people should not have to die because they want a better opportunity here, and it takes so long. The process for immigration and migrating here legally and things, it takes so long to go through that process in a situation where it might be life or death for someone in another country to get here. So in my opinion, I just think we need to really reevaluate our system and how we treat our immigrants, and also how we treat our citizens, just so that everybody's living cohesively and we don't have to see 53 people die for something that they just needed to happen for themselves. So
I don't know. This is for a country, before we move on, that was built by immigrants. They, for some reason, there's just a consistent we hate immigrants thing, and I will never understand that mindset. I guess they've never looked at a history book to see how exactly the United States became the United States. But it's a weird relation when people from different countries seek a better life, and for some reason, people get angry about that. They get jealous of it. I don't know. It's definitely a weird mindset that is very confusing.
Yeah, it's the mindset of like the pull yourselves up by your bootstraps thing. Like, America's very individualistic. They don't want to support, like, it's the mindset of like, if I could do it without any help, you should be able to do it. But then that opens up different layers of white supremacy, white privilege, and things like that, how much privilege you have already. It's just so off. The mindset is just so off and misconstrued to where people think that everyone's on the same playing field, where it's just not a reality.
If only. Maybe one day. Today, not that day. And we wish that those people are able to somehow be returned back home and get the proper burials and able to somehow get closure for their families, because this is sad, man. It's a mass loss of life, and hopefully our government can start to change a little bit. We will see. Now we're gonna switch up the mood a little bit. You know, we talked about a lot of hard things this morning, but now we're gonna talk about chicken. Maybe.
We are.
Oh, see, saying like that now, I put myself in a very bad situation. Terry, we have another story now.
We do. I have really good news for everybody.
Woo!
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, you know how West Coast, East Coast, they kind of beef sometimes.
They do? What?
They do. They do be beefing sometimes, you know?
Biggie and Tupac? Huh?
Biggie and Tupac? I will argue that the East Coast is better, not biased at all. Not that we live on the East Coast. But anyways, New Jersey and California have bridged the gap between one another as bitter rivals. New Jersey is getting a very, very popular restaurant franchise that is known for setting the standard in food in California. Finally, In-N-Out is coming to New Jersey.
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
No In-N-Out. I think it's just a chicken place. It doesn't look like there's any burgers, just some chicken. Well, that's awkward. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to get your hopes up. Sorry.
Terry, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Deeply upsetting.
You just
Terry.
seemed to.
What is your problem?
You got pranked. You did get pranked. Anyways, Dave's Hot Chicken. It's a prank. It's a prank, bro. Anyways, Dave's Hot Chicken, which is a hot chicken eatery, is set to open its first location in New Jersey, which is very exciting. The company announced plans to open in Wayne later this year around the holiday season. It will be located on 57 Route 23 in West Belt Plaza, which is helpful for anyone who is good with directions, because your co-host, I can't get there even with Google Maps, and that's so true and so real because I can't drive well. Dave's Hot Chicken originally announced plans to expand in New Jersey in 2021 with hopes of opening 14 restaurants throughout Bergen, Essex, Hudson, Passaic, and Union counties. Dave's Hot Chicken offers hot chicken tenders and sliders with 7 spice levels ranging from no spice to Reaper. The menu also features fries, cheese fries, coleslaw, and mac and cheese. The chicken is Is it actually kale slaw?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Ew. The chicken is based on the insanely popular style of fried chicken known as Nashville Hot. There are currently 67 Dave's Hot Chicken restaurants in the United States and Canada, most of them in California, which is really cool. Honestly, I'm excited because it'll be there during the semester and we can all go try it.
That's my last show. Everyone is eating Dave's Hot Chicken.
And we're gonna get you
Everybody?
the Reaper.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
Not a chance. Okay.
You don't like spicy stuff?
Listen, I like spicy when it comes to like a certain like spicy's. Here's the thing about spicy, man. This thing that annoys me about it is sometimes you got food that's spicy, but it has flavor and it tastes good. Then you got spicy that's just to be spicy, like ghost pepper, Reaper things. Like those are just spicy just to burn your mouth, and there's no real flavor to it. And they're disgusting and they're painful and they hurt. So very quickly, my other show, All the Feels, available Sunday at 9 a.m. I had eaten the what is that show called? The Hot Ones chicken pack. So it came with like chicken nuggets and 3 sauces from the show Hot Ones. Love the show. That bald-headed freak is amazing. So you put like the sauces and then you like mix them together. So then I had tried one of them and it was the spiciest one, except that sauce was like on a French fry. So I had like a taste test before it. So I ate the fry and I was like, oh my God, my mouth is on fire. I was like, what is that? Like, it's so painful. So then eventually I have the chicken nugget. And that was the most painful experience trying to one talk on a radio show, but also have real thoughts while trying to control my mouth. And then I run to the freezer to get ice. I got ice cream. I got like milk. I got water. I don't know what to do with my body. I was in so much as like, pain. So yeah, no hot. No.
I mean, I feel like that would just even be more entertaining if we did that.
It was certainly entertaining. I wish that was the one podcast that I had like a camera for, just to see my facial expressions because I was struggling.
That's why we should do it on the bus.
Yeah, that's so true.
Camera.
We actually, now that you said that though, there was, because I had leftover sauce, so I brought it in for my people on Wednesday, except they were lucky because they didn't like have to do like a lot of sauce on a chicken nugget the way I did. So they took like a little sample in a cup with like their little pinky, it wasn't a real attempt. So Anthony, Amina, you two, I think you don't pass this test. I think we're gonna have to run it back. But I think definitely with the whole Morning Buzz crew, that'd be fun with like the actual like pure spiciness. Definitely can't do it on air because you can't eat in studio, but you need it in the hallway. Loopholes, everybody.
That's so true.
Yeah, so spice, not my thing. Chicken tenders, though, they're okay. I like chicken tenders.
That's fair. I guess you could call it a hot take. Get it? I'm so sorry. We can like stop the show now. Thanks for listening.
We officially been canceled, everybody. Sorry, we are no longer the flagship morning show. I guess someone else take over. Anyways, are you interested in the spicy after I ranted for like 20 minutes? Is that your thing?
I agree with what you said, where it's like some things are just hot to be hot, and like some are like you're like the seasoning's good and it's also spicy. I'm like that. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if I were to try like a Reaper thing, which I never have, I would probably actually burst into flames. So
yeah.
I did recommend you do it for my own enjoyment, but
you just want to see me suffer. I see how it is.
No comment, but I just know that I will not be partaking. Jo, how do you feel about spicy stuff?
I kind of like a lower level of spice, but I do like it, with the flavor. I don't just want it to be spicy for the sake of being spicy. I want it to have flavor. My favorite, sorry, I'm gonna mention soup again. My favorite type of soup is
you and your soup, Jo.
Do not apologize for this. I love it.
You know what? After the show, when I get back to my dorm, I'm gonna send you a picture of my soup shelf.
Big old bowl of soup. You have a soup shelf, Jo.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So my favorite type of soup is it's a tortilla soup. It's a specific recipe from a cookbook. It's a tortilla soup, and it just it does this thing with the spice, which just kind of throughout your entire mouth as you eat, and it just kind of settles nicely in your throat. It's really nice. Shout out to Soup.
Shout out to Soup
Shout out to
Nation.
Soup. I'm gonna need that recipe immediately.
I will absolutely send you that recipe.
Yes.
I'm over soup
Score.
this week, everybody. I was eating soup pretty frequently. I'm good on it for a while. I'm a time out on that.
He's upgraded to solids now.
Yes, sir. It was a very exciting day in my life when I was doing that. But yeah, soup's cool though. I do like soup. I will say, what is it? You know how like sometimes you get Chinese food, you get like a wonton soup with like a lunch menu item or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be hitting though with like a little bit of that spicy mustard, boy.
I don't like the spicy mustard, but the rest of what you said, I agree with.
You don't like the spicy mustard, bro?
Mm.
Listen.
That's okay.
Here's my thing to all my Chinese establishments out there. Stop hogging all of the hot mustard. All right. The fact that you get like I could order like this many items and you give me 2 packets of mustard. What is this? I shouldn't have to request more mustard. Give me like 6 of them. Give me the amount of soy sauce and then put that in my mustard. All right.
In this economy, how dare you ask this of businesses?
I tried. But yeah, I'm interested to see how successful this is. And I love fried chicken. Currently, right now, Jollibee #1 when it comes to fried chicken.
He's an ally. Filipino represent.
It's so good. It's so the spicy chicken and the pineapple drink too with the rice and the gravy, man. It's electric out here. But yeah, that's definitely #1. Popeye's #2. Church is #3. Chick-fil-A, we don't care about Chick-fil-A because we do not support homophobia.
Period.
Mm.
Tell him, let him know.
And your unseasoned chicken.
Joe's just like, nice.
I'm like nice.
They're like soup.
Soup. Yeah, sorry, I don't eat chicken. So I
love chicken.
have no stakes in the matter. But yeah, I don't like Chick-fil-A. I've never been there on purpose.
Yeah, you hear this, Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Unless you want to hook your boy up with some free food. Damn. No, I'm kidding.
It's always so conditional with you.
I'm always trying to secure a bag somewhere. We got some more stories though. As much as I want to talk about chicken, we're gonna skip the song for now. Guys, a ginger child has been vaccinated. Let me repeat. A ginger child has been vaccinated.
Shout out to the gingers.
You might not have a soul, but you definitely got vaccinated. And after much speculation here at the Morning Buzz, we can confirm that Elmo is indeed not anti-vax. And according to my sources, the redheaded freak show was officially vaccinated on Tuesday with the COVID-19 vaccine. The whirlwind of a summer full of controversy and speculation ends with how we thought it would. The apparent 3-year-old is vaccinated. Elmo has made a statement shortly after receiving the vaccine saying, quote, "There was a little pinch, but it was okay." Longtime supporter of Elmo, Louis, who is also his dad, had many questions before allowing his son to get the vaccine. Quote, "Was it safe? Was it the right decision? I talked to our pediatrician so I could make the right choice. I learned that Elmo's getting vaccinated is the best way to keep himself, our friends, neighbors, and everyone else healthy and enjoying the things they love." Now, Elmo joins fellow Sesame Street cast member Big Bird in announcing their vaccination status. It remains to be seen whether or not all the Sesame Street crew are vaccinated, but if my sources are right, the garbage guy definitely isn't vaccinated and is borderline a threat to society. And I'm going to end it because I don't need that, but you get the idea, everyone. Gingers are people. Elmo's a 3-year-old and he's got a dad. That has been your news report, everybody.
Riveting news. I can't believe that you called my boy a redheaded freak show. I can't. And can I also say who's the trash character is Oscar the Grouch, correct? I think.
Yeah.
I feel like even if he doesn't get vaccinated, whatever he is sitting in, like he's good. Like he's been vibing in the trash. Like
no, my thing is he's probably positive for everything, but he's just alive.
My mindset is that he's negative for everything, but I feel like yours makes way more sense.
I think just like the combination of having everything made him into like a power creature, and he has it, but he's immune to the effects of it.
That's honestly, I like that. I rock with that.
He's like Wolverine, but green
Yeah.
and in trash. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the one.
Yep.
That was really good.
Yes, sir.
I feel like you already know that this probably got some backlash from parents who are like, you're trying to indoctrinate my child.
It's the government trying to force our children into something they don't need because COVID is not real.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a good impression.
I'm on fire today, y'all. I'm on fire.
But
I'm a method actor, I actually took the vaccine out of me and to really get into the role. No, but you're right. Because even when Big Bird was the first to announce its vaccination status, which was groundbreaking news and really took over the internet, people were upset. People were very angry. They're like, they were honestly, our government funding for PBS is doing this? This is like communism. This is insane. This is borderline. This is like slavery, if you think about it. Like these are like this isn't even just me saying like weird things to be weird. This is an actual thought process of an actual American, probably on Twitter, that is.
It was definitely on. I saw so many tweets that were absolutely ridiculous. Mm-hmm. I just feel like people are just so misinformed that they want to make things like they want to make controversy out of Sesame Street. Give me a break,
bro. Like Elmo's not even a real human. How can he get vaccinated?
It's the Elmo vaccine for Elmo. He's got a specific vaccine. That's why it took him so long to get it, because I had to develop the one that would work for Elmo.
So
you think it's a Pfizer one though, or is it more like a Johnson and Johnson? Moderna? Super Moderna?
I think Elmo is
Elmo's a Pfizer. Nah, Pfizer.
He's a Pfizer.
Yeah, Elmo's for the people. He's for the culture.
That Pfizer girlies, unite.
Yeah.
Are you a Pfizer girly, Isaiah?
I mean, I represent the Pfizer community with all my heart. We out here, we stand together.
But not sponsored though.
Presented to you by no, I'm kidding. Hey, shout out to Elmo. This was just hilarious because once again, who knew Elmo had a dad? Like that's crazy. And his name's Louis? Like he doesn't even have a weird name.
Can I say something? Isaiah has been so hung up on the fact that this little boy has a dad for like so long.
Listen.
I think it's so funny.
Elmo has a dad.
Don't do it.
I do not. Let's move on to our next story.
It's not funny.
It's hilarious. Terry, who's anti-Autobot?
I don't know, but I just wanted you to know that I'll be your dad.
Thanks.
Anyways, moving on.
Can you teach me how to ride a bike?
No, I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
You don't know either? You don't know either? No.
No.
Hey,
don't worry. I've got you guys. Sir. I'll teach you how to ride a bike.
Thanks, Perry.
Thanks, Joe. Shout out to the bikeless community. We the only bike I ride is Mario Kart bike.
That's so real though. That's so real.
Anyways, Stephen King.
Stephen King might be anti-Autobot? Oh my god. Anyway, he said on Twitter, well, he's on Twitter, which everyone is certainly surprised about, but he made some noise earlier this week. The 74-year-old horror novelist revealed something that has been on his mind since 2007. He hates the Big Mac. Never mind. I'm kidding. He probably enjoys it, but the reveal was about the movie that made him walk out of the theater. He made the tweet responding to a fellow author, Linwood Barkley, admitting he recently walked out of Jurassic World Dominion. The only movie Mr. King has walked out of as an adult is indeed Michael Bay's Transformers. That's
tough.
That's upsetting.
Hold on.
I mean, it wasn't amazing.
Here's the thing. First off, Stephen King, who asked you? All right, you're an idiot. All right. I said it. What are you going to do about it? First off, Transformers 1 is iconic, all right? Optimus Prime is a living legend and he will not be assaulted by this weirdo on Twitter, okay? Because I enjoyed Transformers 1. I saw it for my birthday, I believe, and I enjoyed my experience. Now I'm holding a microphone, Stephen King. Nah, but like that was mean, and I was very saddened by that because
You look so upset. He's like wagging his finger, moving that neck. The mic is sideways at this point.
For real, it was like that.
I don't think I ever saw it in theaters. 2007, I was 6 years old. So like, Transformers never really appealed to me. So
bro, I had the toys and I had a constructible Optimus Prime. I built him.
I had a Happy Meal toy. I had a Happy Meal toy. I had Bumblebee.
Hey, not only did I have Optimus, I had the other guy.
Which would
Megatron.
be Megatron. There it is. Yep.
Yeah. Listen,
I only had Bumblebee. That's the only one I ever knew.
The first two I enjoyed. From there on out, it got weird. We probably could have avoided those. Let's not relive those ones again. But one with Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Stop playing with me, Stephen King. Anyways, this sparked another question for me. Is indeed, has a movie ever made you walk out?
Ooh, I don't know. Joe, you're the film person.
I am the film person, which means that I'm kind of obligated to stay for the whole thing because even if I don't like it, I have to watch the whole thing so I can give a solid review. So I've never walked out of a movie, but I did fall asleep during the first time that I saw Batman versus Superman. Unfortunately, I was conscious for the entire time I saw it the second time.
You saw it twice?
Oh yeah, I've seen
Why?
it. I didn't see it in theaters twice. I saw it for the second time a couple months ago. It was somehow worse. I liked it less.
Wow, that's bad. That's really bad.
I don't think I've ever watched.
I commend you for watching that twice.
Yeah, low-key,
that's
that
brutal.
Very mid.
It was like the deluxe edition too.
I would say it's below mid. I don't know what I saw after watching that movie. I will say there's been one movie only where I genuinely thought I should leave, and that is the Joker movie. I
really
went into theaters, watched it, and the entire time I thought, this is really stupid. And I hate everything about this movie. This is so weird. I don't like it at all. It's making me kind of feel uncomfortable. And I genuinely thought, I don't know if I was the right market for this movie. I don't know if you're supposed to be like an insane person to enjoy it. But for me, I genuinely wished I'd never saw that movie.
That's a hot take if I've ever heard one, because I feel like
I wanted to like it too. I really did. But that was that one and Wonder Woman 84. I legit fell asleep while watching Wonder Woman 84. And I knew it was gonna be bad after the first 5 minutes because I thought that intro for that movie was like a 1980s commercial. I was like, this is like people got paid to do this. This is crazy. That was a disaster too. Those two movies, I wish I could just burn from existence. Even in all the other multiverses out there, all the alternate universes, destroy them because that movie were terrible. Both.
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Joker, so I need to get on that because
don't waste your time. Don't.
But like I'm hearing so many conflicting things. I haven't really like walked out of a theater because like my mentality is that if I'm gonna pay that ticket, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, and the seats for the most part be comfortable these days.
They do. I have some theaters in my town that like haven't upgraded yet though to like the reclining seats, which is really annoying. So I don't go there. But other than that, not really. I've had a good amount of movies that made me turn off the TV though, and that's a whole different conversation. But no, nothing's made me want to walk out just because I'm sitting there. I'm like, I paid for this. I gotta sit here for it. And mostly I say that when I'm watching a horror movie because when I'm dragged to horror movies by my friend and or significant other, I just sit there and cry.
Oh, you're not a horror movie person either.
I like some of them. some of them I get it too nervous before I go in, and then some of them I watch and I'm like, it wasn't that scary. I probably could have kept my eyes open. Probably could have
Could have
watched
kept
this.
them open, yeah.
Yeah, but and then I watch them again. I'm like, nope, close.
Mm-hmm. You know, you also have to keep your eyes open for
Hmm.
hidden restaurants.
You're kidding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell me more.
I have more waiting for you. If you're feeling nostalgic from watching Stranger Things, here's a blast from the past. First off, do you guys watch Stranger Things?
I love Stranger Things. I'm so
Mm.
excited for the new season.
I haven't seen the new season. My sister forced me to watch it. She don't live with me no more. I ain't gonna watch that. Yes, sir. How you like that, Alex? Huh? So I thought.
You always get so thugged out every time. Like he's so big and bad.
Listen, I have a lot of power with this microphone. A vendor at the Concord Mall in Wilmington, Delaware, found a strange child with powers hidden inside the walls. I lied. They instead found something even cooler than a very creepy child. Instead, they found a retro Burger King behind a wall. The King's Palace is located on the first floor of the mall and is only accessible via a key from Mustafa, so it's not visible to those passing by. But when the mall vendor saw it back in April, he snapped a picture of it and posted it. The general manager said it's not clear how long the space has been sitting vacant as they took over in January 2020, but they're hoping to get another tenant, preferably an eatery since the space is let out for one. Listen, I don't know what happened with my voice throughout that.
Okay, Shrek.
If you had the chance to change your fate, would
What?
you?
So good.
Joe's accent was crazy. Joe, that was sick. Here's a picture of the hidden eatery.
And our script.
Oh yeah. No, don't look at that.
And our livelihood.
Livelihood. Listen, y'all. That's very cool though. To see how it's still in very good condition, obviously. And I hope like a restaurant is able to actually function in there. Kind of because retro is always in style for the most part. We always go back to things that of the past that we enjoyed. So I think having a restaurant that kind of specializes in like a retro kind of aesthetic, I guess, would be pretty cool.
I miss when the restaurants used to look like that. Like the Burger King that was near me used to look like that, and I used to love it. It just, I don't know,
Bro,
it's very homey.
it was crazy. Very quickly.
What?
Burger King used to be dope, man. Burger King used to be the king. Burger King used to be flipping the burgers like nobody else. Burger King had onion rings so crunchy.
Ooh,
It would melt your heart.
preach.
But
Tell 'em.
now we have a real problem. We survived the pandemic. Burger King did not. Because the last time I went to Burger King, those onion rings were disgusting. That hamburger was colder than a freezer. And I had to put it in the microwave because one, I bought it. So I was like, well, I kind of got to like see it through. Did not finish it. But it's just the onion rings had no onions in it. It was just breaded, man. And I was just sad because listen, I had hyped up the onion rings so much to my girlfriend. We went there and was like, listen, the onion rings are unmatched, bro. They're elite. And then they gave me that. Made me look like a liar. You played me, Burger King. You played me. And you played my heart because I loved you.
Don't
And
cry.
now you broke me.
It's okay.
Nah, but seriously, Burger King, step up your game, man. What are we doing?
I agree. And honestly, I've been seeing that with a lot of fast food places. Like Burger King, everything there is starting to get bad. I used to get onion rings and the chicken fries and a Sprite. Just so good, so good. The chicken fries kind of are the same, but they're not. I don't know. They're just not.
It's just not hitting
warm.
the same, man.
It's
just
not.
not. I don't know
It's not.
what the problem with Burger King is. I don't know if they got like a new recipe they're experimenting with, but you need to stop and go
You
back
need
to
to
what
fix
you
it.
were doing.
I agree.
Golly, this is 90.3 WMBC from Montclair. Joe, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
As a vegetarian, how often do you visit like fast food places?
Well, for like McDonald's, I don't eat there very often because I can't have a meal there. I can get fries and like a milkshake or a smoothie, but I can't have a full meal there. Burger King. I'm actually also upset at Burger King for changing things.
Yes.
So I'm
Fight the
so
fight.
glad I'm so glad you went to me because I am so mad at them.
Let them know. Let them know.
Because they used to just have like a veggie burger, like an actual veggie burger with vegetables in it. And then they changed to the Impossible Burger. And they cut out the other veggie burger completely. And here's the thing. I don't like the Impossible stuff because I don't like the taste of meat, which is why I'm a vegetarian. So why would you? So I can't eat there anymore.
Oh, man.
Ugh, the disrespect, honestly.
Burger King catching 3 L's in one day, man. Golly. Wendy's would never do
I
this.
can eat at Wendy's. Wendy's has a baked potato. It's delicious.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you hate Wendy's for a second. I was like, we need to relax, Joe.
No, I can eat at Wendy's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like Wendy's.
I love Wendy's. I just feel like sometimes, depending on the location, their food is not warm. And
That's fair.
Really,
It's
really
definitely
makes me upset.
you gotta find like one that's close to home that's reliable, you know.
The thing is, the one that's out near campus is not. So
Oh,
I'm
really?
Just like, it sometimes, but like a lot of the times, no.
Very quickly, hold on. First off, Montclair State. This is a conversation between you, myself, and my other 2 friends here.
And our other colleagues.
Our professional colleagues. Listen, y'all need to step up your food game on campus because what you're doing is a travesty. This is disrespectful. It's borderline insulting. Because listen, Panda's cool, but what else is like California tortilla? Who is eating there? Who is eating California tortilla on purpose? All right. Like if you had other options, Joe, you would definitely be going somewhere else.
That's
right?
true. If I had other options.
If you had other, that's what I mean. We need better options. We deserve better. We put so much money into your school. We are trying to better our education. The least you can do is provide us some better restaurants. All right. So all I'm asking.
If we had a Wendy's.
Exactly.
Oh,
like we need like
great.
a Wendy's somewhere. Like, why are we at these whack places? Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? A Chili's? Who wants Chili's? Golly.
I would like the
Frustrated.
Chili's if they had more options because I also can't really get a meal. Well, actually, they do have a black bean burger at Chili's. I rescind my statement. I eat at Chili's.
Nah, you need better options. You need better. Joe, don't settle for just black bean burgers. Demand more.
Okay,
Demand vegetable samosas. Demand
you're right.
Vegetable empanadas. Demand more. All right.
You know what? You're so right.
A
I've been
vegetarian
settling.
restaurant. A salad works. Do those still exist? What is this
Think
rant
so?
I'm on anymore? Listen, it's probably time to close out the show. Hey, it's been a fun time. It's been a fun ride. It's great talking with you guys for an hour. Can't wait to do it next week. Tomorrow is a highlight show created by our one and only editor supreme, Aiden Ivers. We appreciate everything he does for us. But yeah, tune in next week for more live content Monday through Thursday, 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch us on Facebook, everywhere else probably at this point. I don't know. Search us up. Anyways, enjoy your Thursday. Get a tan. Live life. Adios.
See ya.